Hey, this is Dylan Smith from Love After Lockup, and you're watching the Dominic Natty Show.
Why exactly did your relationship go south with Heather?
Um, you know, I don't make a practice of airing anybody's dirty laundry. Every relationship has things that happen behind closed doors or out in public, and just at that point in my life, I wasn't ready to be under the type of pressure, constant state of chaos, and just erratic behavior. And I just knew that that situation wasn't gonna pan out. And so, pretty quick, I had to form an escape plan.
Did she sleep with any other men while she was with you?
Um, Not sure.
Not sure.
Not
Okay.
not asking. One thing you don't ask your girl when you're locked up is, are you sleeping with somebody else? Because that just means you're going to be fighting over the phone next time. You know.
Okay. Who broke off that relationship with you and Heather?
That was me.
Now, Heather is saying that you are a sexual predator. Now, what is that? I saw that headline, and I don't understand. So, why is she saying that? And obviously, is that true or false?
It's false. 100%. It's false. I'm not a sexual predator. And I think that just I read something in this trauma book, and they say hurt people hurt people. Heather's been through a lot in her life, and I think that she feels slighted, that what in her opinion would be a selfish decision to save my own life as opposed to letting my second chance go down the drain by continuing to saying something toxic. Um,
So,
Heather Heather was Heather was on webcams, doing her own thing before I was even in the picture. That had absolutely nothing to do with me. So sex trafficking rumors, I don't know.
is Heather on drugs still?
Uh, uh, I don't talk. I don't talk to her. I don't talk to her. So I couldn't tell you. She wasn't really hard on drugs when we were together. She has prescriptions, as do most Americans. But everybody likes to get wild on the weekends, and things maybe got a little too wild, I guess. And sometimes not just the weekend, but
So she was abusing drugs, like that. You've seen her abuse prescription medication.
I'm not gonna make that comment.
So it's just all like out of spite and hurt and vengeance.
Yeah, I mean, I have documents, videos, receipts, court orders, factual, actual things that happen. I don't put them up there because it's not my style. What happens behind closed doors in my home will stay behind closed doors. And, I just wish that everybody in the situation would treat it with the same respect. Heather's family's reached out to me. Heather's family's reached out to me, numerous members on numerous occasions, with nothing but positive vibes, good things to say, and just appreciation. And I reciprocate because they were there for me in the time where I didn't really have a place to go. If I wasn't able to go to Auntie Anne's house, I would have been stuck in prison.
Baby girl Lisa's here from 90 Day Fiance. She's saying, ask about the absconder status.
Oh, so the absconder status has absolutely nothing to do with my actual parole status. It just so happens that the officer I'm assigned to, if somebody were to go AWOL or if somebody were to flee, then she's part of the force that looks for them. So just by being on her caseload, now I've had 5 different parole officers since I've been home. But just by being on her caseload on the website, it automatically populates as absconder. The first time I saw that, somebody from Reddit had sent it to one of my buddies, and I freaked out. I'm like, absconding from parole? That does not sound good. First off, let me look this up, make sure I know what this means. Absconding, disappearing, AWOL. No, that sounds like going right back to prison, not me.
You have not violated your parole since you've been released.
Um, since I've been released, I have not violated my parole. No dirty drug tests, fulfilled all of my stipulations, and took care of everything. And as of right now, hopefully it could be sooner, but worst case, I'll be done in June. Worst case.
Okay. And her family's reaching out and being supportive, even even if she's accusing you of these things. Like, have they reached out with these sex trafficking allegations?
So one close family member had reached out to me, and they hadn't spoken in immediate family member hadn't spoken in a year. And she's like, look, I have some questions that I want answered, and I feel like you're the only person who can give them to me. We ended up talking for a very, very, very long time. And she was astounded by the contrast of reality and the picture that Heather had been painting for her family. You know, Heather refused to leave my house. And in Illinois, like if someone has a piece of mail that's addressed to that residence, technically, like they're there, even if they're not on the lease, you can't kick them out. And so she just refused to leave. And the entire time was telling her family she's like staying somewhere else, that she wasn't even with me, which was bizarre.
And then when was the last time you spoke with her?
I have not spoken to her at all, but she sends me some disturbing texts or emails occasionally, which I do not like.
Like, do they pay pretty well to be a cast member on the show, or is the pay very small?
You know what? I'm not going to get into that, but to be on a show like that and have people see your character and how you react in real situations in real time, it kind of wipes away some of the stigma, you know? And I've gotten nothing but like love and admiration. There are haters, there are trolls, but I'm so busy I don't even have time to read their messages.
I want to answer that too. Now, baby girl Lisa is thinking, she's from 90 Day Fiance. She's thinking of maybe crossing over and getting a guy in prison, and maybe that could be her next love. Now,
Hit me up. Hey, hit me up. I got some guys.
Lisa, there you go. It didn't work out on 90 Day Fiance, so we might have a new show for her. She could switch.
I got some guys.
Yeah. All right, Lisa, we're gonna do this. Okay. Now you mentioned that you have the haters. Right now, I ask everyone this. Now, how bad have the haters been, and have you ever received any death threats?
Yeah, I have.
Who would you say, from watching the show, who would you say is your least favorite? Or is there someone that you're like, oh, that like maybe rubbed you the wrong way when you saw them on television?
I can't remember her name. There was a girl, she comes back to the guy. Supposedly he had more money than he really did, and she was upset that her room wasn't built appropriately. And I just felt like it was like a sense of entitlement. And if anything, like if somebody's taking you in, that's a blessing. You know, I have friends who are in prison and can't get out and who are good guys. They made mistakes.
You talking about Lindsay? Is that who you're talking about? Lindsay. Yeah.
You know, it was just, I feel like
I don't want
should have been more,
yeah,
she should have been more appreciative. She should have been, I feel like she should have been more appreciative of a man who was holding her down, you know, and trying to get things ready for her. And it just didn't happen as quickly as he had hoped. You know?